Welcome to the Nerd Party.
I'm Darren Moser.
I'm Philip Gilfus.
I'm Daniel Prue.
And this is City Alpha 3.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to SETI Alpha 3, a Star Trek podcast here on the Nerd Party Network. I am your host, Daniel Prue, and joining me, as always, are my two illustrious co-hosts, Philip and Darren. Hey, guys, how was your week? Or 2 weeks, I guess. We took a week off.
That's true. I was vacationing on the holodeck, got lost, couldn't find the arch, and so we couldn't record last week. Sorry, everybody.
But you were doing important things, Darren, of course, for a rival franchise that we don't speak
Rival
of.
is a bit much of a word. I'll say, hey, look, Star Wars got them to be able to make a movie, and Star Trek got Star Wars to be able to make a TV show. Everybody wins.
All right.
I've seen George Lucas and Roddenberry shake hands, so it's all good. It's all good. On my holodeck excursion, found my way up to San Jose for Adam Savage's Silicon, which is a maker kind of centric convention, and went for one day, and that was really fun. I think I'm going to make this a regular convention attendance because it was a lot of fun and a lot of great people that I knew in the maker circles, but meeting in real life for the first time, which is always fun. No, we didn't go to In-N-Out. It's not a thing you have to do every single time you meet new people. But it was really cool, and I got to be interviewed by Adam for the Tested YouTube show with my BD1, and that was really a cool moment, just chatting puppetry a little bit and making and things of that ilk. I think my favorite moment of that interview was when it was kind of right in the very beginning where I'm just kind of talking, but I'm also puppeting BD1, and you see Adam kind of lose composure for like half a second, and he kind of puts his hand up to his mouth as he's like, because there's that moment where you're looking at something and it's not real, but it's acting real, and you're kind of taken aback. And I love making those moments with BD1, so that was a lot of fun.
Now, let me ask you a question, Darren, because I was thinking about this when I was watching the interview. And the interview is great. We should post it in the show notes or somewhere at some point. And everybody watch.
We don't do show notes.
I know, somewhere. That's why I said Twitter. It's on Twitter. But what I was thinking was when the new game comes out, this is something that game companies love to do. They're not going to keep BD1 the same. I'm not saying I don't think they're going to kill him or anything, but something may happen.
Something has to change.
Right.
You have to have that new toy.
Exactly. So I'm wondering, would you keep your BD1 and then if you were to do it and make a new puppet, or would you retrofit your BD1 to BD1A or BD2 or whatever they call them when they make them?
That's a very Star Trek thing. Sometimes it's A, sometimes it's 2. That's a good question. I recently kind of revamped him a little bit. He got a little melty in the car about 3 weeks ago, so I had to kind of hammer and remelt some parts back into shape. But I don't know. There's a part of me that thinks it would be good to just make another one, maybe with a higher density or a better plastic from scratch, kind of as a version 2. But I don't know. I'm kind of anticipating that if anything, it's just going to be cosmetic. It'll be a tiny change or something is a little different. Although there's a chance that they could not change BD, because in the game you can change his skin. So there already is the ability to do that. And mine has this little kind of like overcharged exterior pieces added to him that happens during the game. It kind of adds a little more asymmetry. So I don't know. I don't know if they're actually going to change his look that much. Cal has a different look. But BD1, I think, is going to be the Northern Star constant that only changes when you change him in the game. So maybe more customization options. I don't know.
That was my follow-up. Like, if you were to do another BD, would you do one of the non-default skins that they have for him? Like, so one of these crazier color schemes or whatever.
Probably not. I know others who have made BD and have done the other skins or done their own interpretation, but I like him being recognizable as that character. And I think going with the default works best. Just like you could customize an R2D2 and make it your own. But when someone walks up to him, well, that still means people are going to walk up to him and say, that's R2D2. It doesn't matter what he looks like. But yeah, I think there's something about stock that's a lot of fun.
Just like if you see the silver C3 unit, you know it's the translator droid from episode 1. But yeah, no, I totally get what you're saying. Philip, what about you? What's going on in the old world? Anything exciting going on in the past couple of weeks?
I mean, I didn't get interviewed by anyone, but well, here, and maybe same thing's happening over there, but over here in the UK and Ireland, they re-released Star Trek 2 out in the theaters, and I assume this is all because of the Blu-ray, 4K, director cut, blah 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 blah. So, because if folks remember, I went to saw the motion picture about 4 weeks ago, and so last Friday I saw Star Trek 2, Wrath of Khan, Director's Edition. But I think it's interesting because, I've seen the motion picture, fortunately / unfortunately, a million times, like even like the new improved and, anyway. But for Star Trek 2, of course, I've seen the regular movie a million times, but this is the first time I've ever seen the Director's Editions because I assume it's newly released. And also, they don't add a lot. I mean, they add the cut stuff with the dead kid being Scotty's nephew. So that's really obvious. It's really obvious this time. But there are like 5 or 6 lines that they add. And because I've memorized the movie, I can tell exactly. Oh, that's added. That beats longer. But it's such stuff that when you see what's added or not cut, depending on whether you're going to be positive or negative, it's like perfect. Yeah, this is what we like. It's no fluff. Like it's like it makes me think like they really cut the movie in the original version. Like I don't know if they had it has to be this long or it has to be tight, but this it breathes, adds some character moments. And so I really, I'm not shilling for anyone, but if you can get access to the director's edition that's out now, I don't know if that's Paramount Plus or if it's hard copy or they're showing it where you are. I definitely check it out because it does definitely add some things to it that are worth doing.
What was the attendance like?
Where I am, 7 people. But it was one showing. So, actually, it ended up being 2 because there was Friday night. I didn't know there was actually one the next night on Saturday. But that's just my local town. I mean,
sure.
Right. We're smaller, towns here. It's not like big city. But it's just small. London. So it was just everyone in Camberley, all 8 of us nerds were here, but the county had its own movie theater too. So,
but I imagine still a great experience seeing Star Trek 2 again because it's just a great film.
Because I've only seen the motion picture and Star Trek 4 because I think that was a Phantom event or whatever you call it. Those are the only 2 original series F movies I've seen in theaters. I was going to say I don't think I'm old enough, but I suppose I could have saw 6. But anyway, when it first came out. But anyway, so it was good to see 2 for the first time in a movie theater, like you said. So yeah, it was definitely cool. Yeah.
Nice. Sounds good. I think they were playing them here, or they're planning on it soon. But I haven't had the chance. So
it does make me wonder if they're going to continue because I don't always pay attention to what all the new releases are, but I saw there's all the original series movies are now 4K, Blu-ray, 5,000. All the stuff, but I don't know if all the movies have been added. So it's 3, 4, 5, 6. Right. I mean, when they release 3, I'm gonna be like, oh. I saw a motion picture. So at this point, I was like, well, I have no stand. Just have to go see them all. So.
Right. At this point, it's like sunk cost fallacy. So, yeah.
Well, I'll do my part to save my franchise. You can have because movies are cheap here. You can have my £5. It's not a big deal.
Awesome. I have not really done much Star Trek except for, of course, still playing along on our Deep Space Nine rewatch. Just got to the episode, and now it's going to escape. Of course, I'm not going to.
Dramatis Personae. The ecto.
Ecto cooler. Two ecto cooler. No, it's the one where Eddington turns out to be a sniveling traitor, and he was a Maquis agent all along. And Cassidy Yates just went to jail for helping the Maquis. So we're right.
You mean
right?
Penny?
Yeah.
Is that where she went those few years she was in jail?
How was
And-
that episode? Because I just remember it. I don't know. It's been so long since I've seen it. I say long. It's probably been like 4 years. But it's been so long. I just remember it being like weird. Like Cisco has to. You're going to jail. She kind of volunteers to go to jail, doesn't she? I mean, she
Yeah. So what happens is she's running medical supplies to the Maquis, and there's this like sort of unspoken. So in the beginning, Eddington and Odo come up to Cisco and say, "We suspect Cassidy Yates might be assisting the Maquis," and he does his job, but you can tell he's very upset by it. And then so there's this tension because I think she realizes that he knows what's going on, but they don't talk about it directly. It's a decent episode, and then of course at the end, after the confrontation, she comes back willingly. She says she comes back for him because obviously she knows he has to do his duty and she's going to go to jail. And I don't remember how long she goes to jail for.
But it's smart because, it's accepting consequences. And obviously she wants to be with Ben. And if she's like a fugitive, like it's not going to work. He can't ever make that work.
It's an interesting conflict. And I imagine it's probably like she was going off to do something else for a while, for a year or something. But it works well. It works well in the whole like sort of thing. Because he's obviously very devastated by it. But
so I'm curious what you think. Not to turn into this Deep Space Nine podcast, but because I get theoretically, there's 2 more Eddington episodes. There's the Jean Valjean one, which was, Ben threatens to throw up a planet. That's great. And then there's
look. We're going to use that hollow technology all the time, guys. Don't even realize. Like, I'm so glad we installed that.
And then there's that random one. I forget. Is it Ben? It would have to be. I don't know. Someone of our happy crew. It has to be Ben. But anyway, I can't remember who. Works with Eddington to rescue people from a Maquis.
Yep.
Whatever. And then I think Eddington dies at the end. Anyway, but not counting those because that's kind of postscript. What do you think of sort of like the Eddington arc? Was it worth having this character or?
He's in enough of the show that the double cross is a surprise. Mm-hmm. Like they put him in early enough where it's not like, oh, of course this is what's going to happen. When we were watching the episode. My partner didn't realize.
Agent Zeevil, who just joined 2 weeks ago, is the traitor.
Lieutenant Benedict. How did we not see this coming? So even leading up to it, he's just doing regular security things. It's not like it's ever hinted that he could be part Maquis or whatever. So I think the double cross works really well. And also one thing that I picked up on this time was Cisco probably also blames him for the Cassidy fallout as well. So that's also kind of makes me feel like that's a layer of rage on top of it, on top of everything else. Like he feels betrayed by this man in like a lot of different ways, but I think that's adds on to it, which is why he's so obsessed later on in those later
you
episodes.
Betrayed my girlfriend.
And I have to admit, Odo throughout the next 3 years shows a lot of restraint because I think he doesn't do the "I told you" dance enough. I seem to recall I was the one not trusted.
That's right. That's true. He didn't. He was not happy when Eddington showed up. But anyways, it's real good. We're getting into the really good stuff. Just met Weyoun. I mean, I probably say that.
Weyoun 1?
It is Weyoun 1. Yeah, it's the first time we meet Weyoun. So really cool stuff.
I love how they just they're like, oh, it's Jeffrey Combs. We gotta keep him around. I know we like killing Weyoun, but what if we just keep cloning him? Just
he
keep
dies in
coming
his
back.
first episode, doesn't he? If I can't remember, it's been so long.
We're halfway through it, so I'll let you know. Next week.
Because to me, that's the funny part. Because I can't remember if he died. I don't want to say yes, but I can't remember if he dies his first appearance. And then they're like, 4?
And the last one's like Weyoun 7, so I think he dies pretty much every time we see him, or almost every time.
Yeah. And the one, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say that was that planned? Like they're gonna kill him off and then like bring him back, or were they like, we're gonna need another Vorta? Why not just bring him back? Just say they're clones.
That's true, because we do see other Vorta. It's not like all the Vorta are clones of Wayun.
Iggy Pop. You know.
We see Iggy Pop as a Vorta.
The
We see that
female
lady
Vorta
as a
at the very
Vorta.
beginning,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. But the Vorta are cool, man. I really kind of like.
They are.
I dig them because they're like, man, they're like just like super confident like jerk faces that are like administrators.
My
Like,
dad's gonna kick your dad's butt.
they don't have any physical threat, but like
no.
but like they're
The
like always.
Jem'Hadar, but yeah.
Well, right. That's what I mean. They themselves they don't. But.
They are ultimate Slytherins because they are wily in and of themselves. I mean, like they can do their own plan, but of course, in the end, they're subservient to the founders.
Yeah.
So there's
Yeah.
like
They're a completely beaten race. Like they are. They will never. I could never
genetically
see,
modified. It's not their fault.
Yeah, but I mean, I could never see a Vorta betraying the founders, like ever.
Well, there's the one Wayun that does do that,
But that's probably a genetic.
like a defect.
mistake.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways, really cool stuff. Really good stuff.
Reminds me of what's that one species? I can remember the name of them. Like with the hood that was in TNG, the Surrender species. Starts with the M. But anyway, it was the one where
remember.
Picard was had the double, and so he was in a prison, and it was him, the Surrender guy.
yes. I know who you're talking about.
The planet just keeps getting taken over because
with
they surrender.
with the
whoever shows
younger
up.
Bolian ensign girl who
Yeah.
turns out to be the actual alien in disguise. Who's
Right.
Yeah. What is the name of that?
Yeah.
Horia? I can't. It's an M. I can't remember.
Anyways, it's a great episode. Go watch that episode. That's a fantastic episode. But anyways, that's not what we're talking about today. What we are going to talk about, courtesy of Mr. Phillip over here, we're going to
Lower
talk
decks.
and also to celebrate, to celebrate the release of Lower Decks Season 3, Episodes 1 and 2, which are now out. Let's talk about Lower Decks in other contexts. So, of course, Lower Decks, the show, takes place in between 90s Trek.
Yeah, Nemesis and Picard.
Nemesis and Picard, yep. And, of course, we saw Lower Decks as an episode in TNG as well, so we could probably skip over that. But what does Lower Decks look like elsewhere? Let's start with that. What do we think is the most interesting Lower Decks sort of context? So we were talking a little bit before the show about like Deep Space Nine. What is
let's start there. I think that's a low-hanging fruit we can start from.
So Lower Pylons is what we're going to
Oh, it is the Lower Pylons. Like, you got to sleep in the pylon, and it's so cold for some reason.
I know.
It's far.
To me, it was funny because, like, when you think Lower Decks of DS9, I mean,
reactor core?
really?
Like-
Well, no, like, really, it's just the ring. So, like, I don't even know how many decks are, because there's no technical manual, right? I don't know how many decks are on that habitat ring,
10
which
or
probably,
so.
that many would surprise me. But I'm like, Lower Decks is like, you're on deck 10. And I'm like, okay, it's not that far down. It's like, we're all on the same. But it would be hilarious to me if, they
got to be on the pylon.
If this was like the animated, Lower Deck, like you point at like the lower habit. Oh, I'm here. They're like, no, you're all the way down to the bottom of the pylon.
And that's funny too.
I'm just pointing to the elevator that will take you down.
And if you do think of it like, let's just say it is 10. The habitat ring is 10 decks or whatever. That the lower pylon must be like 40 or 50 something. Like this is deck 54A, and this is where the actual like docking clamps are. Or
Every
whatever.
deck is like a closet wide.
Right? It's like this. Yeah, exactly. It's like it's like if you're going in the Washington Monument, right? It's like it's that big. Around you could walk the perimeter in a minute, but something like that.
I'm trying to think because I'm looking at my Playmates Deep Space Nine in the corner. So like if the hallway, wherever they sleep, is at the point, and then there's the other 3 points, like can you see like gamma shift all the way at the other end?
Right, good point.
Through the window?
I mean, they're all the way over there, but I mean, you can still see it.
You can see the lights. I don't know if you could see. Maybe somebody, like the animation that they did for the
the ending?
observation lounge on the Enterprise D, where they just had somebody waving their arm or whatever. That's probably what you would see.
Yeah.
Darren's going to look up specifically.
Well, I have my Deep Space Nine,
Mr. O'Brien's Guide to Deep Space Nine.
Yeah, and I'm trying to find it because I know I've seen like one kind of cross section of the main part of the station, but it's hard to find.
There is an episode where Kira and what's his name? Shakar? Is Shakar the one that doesn't die?
Boyfriend 1 or Boyfriend 2?
Boyfriend 2. What's
Okay.
boyfriend? What's
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Anyways,
Royal.
Boyfriend 2.
Oh, no,
So-
Shakar. Yeah.
And he and Kira and Odo is like their
Third wheel.
he's their protection, so he has to walk with them and see them kiss and stuff. Anyways, they go to the top pylon, and they're like there's an
they're
observation.
watching the
Yeah, there's an observation area like at the very tippy top. So presumably there's the same thing at the bottom. It's just not as exciting because you just see the bottom of everything. But
I mean, is it technically a different view of the of anything? Because it's just
Well, I'm going to get technical. I don't know the angle of the wormhole. Like, so this is audio, you can't hear me. So, like, but the top, like, the wormhole kind of is angled to the top. You know, like almost
Right.
45 degrees. So if you're at the bottom, I mean, you're kind of still seeing it, but it's like the harshest angle possible. I don't even know if you can see it. You know, because the top you can kind of like there, depending on which pylon you're on. But the bottom, I mean, I don't know. It's like obstructed view. You know.
you'd still see it. It's huge comparatively.
They're
right?
like, it'd be funny, like you get assigned to like, you know, lower pylon, lower decks. It's like, oh, well, you know, whether you're a Bajoran or not, like, oh, at least you have a view of.
they're all saying, you know, in space there's no down, so this is technically upper pylon. No, it's lower pylon. Go down.
But they're like, oh, you got a great view. Like, oh, good to see the Celestial Temple, the wormhole, depending upon your choice. But they go down to it, and just because the angle, like, oh no, you see Bajor 8. You know, oh, okay. Yeah.
A moon.
Yeah.
So one thing that's never clear in the show, not clear, but like, so you have the docking ring, which is where all the important ships dock, but then you have the pylons.
Well, I wouldn't say important.
Where the bigger ships dock.
Well, that's what my question was going to be. First of all, I think it would make
Because the
way
Enterprise can't go to the ring.
more right. It probably could. No, there's no physical way it could do it. But I would also argue those things should be turned outwards, not inwards, because then like it gets real crowded up in there. I would imagine.
Maybe it's like a bridge. You know, I don't know the names of bridges, but you know the bridges that go like this instead of like that.
Right.
That open for the audio, open horizontally instead of going up. But like, I'm wondering, like, you know, it's sort of like the Klingon bird of prey. So it's like a approaching vessel. The pylons just face outward.
Yeah, they could do that. They could definitely shift.
Docking configuration. I don't know why I'm picturing it. Power Rangers docking configuration.
But either way, there are people that do work the docking, the pylon. So that's what this lower deck would be, right? These people who are like, their whole job is just cargo management or whatever. Like,
Okay, there's not a lot of decks. It looks like there's only like
Can't be.
one.
I mean, because it is
two-
long. I mean, it is. You know,
There's like 2, maybe 3 decks in like the habitat ring, and in the docking ring. Yeah, there's like only 2.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you think about it, like the middle layer. Oh no! Wait, never mind. I'm reading it. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's like 5 or 6 in the habitat ring or in the docking ring. But yeah, I think they were in the control gondola. It's like right below the docking clamp area.
right. hmm
So
So that's where these people would work, right? That's
Yeah,
where
I like
their
that. It's
job
like,
is.
it's a, what is it, 26, 27, 28 hours? I forget.
26 hours.
yeah.
It's 26 hour days, and like 6 of them are is a ship docking. I can't get any sleep. If, you know, if you're not on gamma shift, you're effed, man.
So let's say that they work on that bottom level.
Yep.
And then one level up in this tiny little shared bunk area, that's where they live. So that would be their job. And like, so what do we got? We've got to make some cast of characters that's of
Can they stay in the old ore processing chamber? Like it's not even meant for habitation.
That's what I love. That everything that they have to experience, like you would think in a Federation space station or starship, you know, think of every place they would visit, but that place is converted from a mining station, which of course what Terranor is. And so like, you know, their mess hall is, you know, ore processing, and their recreation room is, I'm trying to think of like what you'd have in a mining station, you know, where they keep the pickaxes, you know, I don't know.
I think ore processing is in the center ring.
I know, yeah.
So what I would think, this is my guess, how Deep Space Nine would be actually functionally. So the bottom level is shipping and receiving, right? That is the docking ring, the very, very, very bottom, the very, very bottom. every level between that and the middle of the station are just a tiny deck, and the middle of the deck is just the turbo lift shaft.
Well,
so you have just a tiny little area around it that you have to repurpose into.
And where they sleep, I mean, they have like decent bunks, but it's still like a cage surrounds it from where they used to keep the Bajorans.
Yeah.
They just haven't taken it out. So I mean, like, I feel a little weird sleeping in a cage, but I mean, it's a Federation pillow now, so I guess.
So what would we have? We would have a Federation receiving officer, like a lieutenant or something.
Well, no, I mean, lower decks has to be by nature an ensign.
All right. If they all have to be ensigns.
Well,
by definition.
we said a Bajoran ensign in security. That's a must.
Yes, you have to. You have to. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They got to put up with Odo. They got to talk about, why doesn't Odo mimic, Bajoran nose ridges if he loves us so much?
Like, I'm not saying it has to be a perfect nose. I just want to see that he tried.
His ridges go like vertically or something. He's really bad at it.
And they're like, look, Odo can't do it, but like he doesn't even try. He just does a human nose. What's up with that?
All right, so we need some sort of an alien engineer.
I think there's say this is four or five. I don't know what number you want to fall on, but there can only be one Starfleet because this has to be majority, not Bajoran.
Yeah,
because I think that's lower decks.
So one Starfleet ensign. What division are they in?
Not medical. They could be science.
They're the one nurse who's assigned to Bashir.
Or like the person who works like the back of ops.
I think it would be. I think be a red shirt.
Nurses are Bajorans. All the infirmary medical people.
I think they would be red shirts just because, again, they're receiving like the captains. Mm-hmm. Like they are the people that like
protocol officer.
Yeah, a protocol officer.
Training.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's like, do you know how much I had to learn how to do the circle doors here? It's much easier.
You know how many games I've been stuck in? It's not fun.
So if we're doing four, there's going to be.
I think four is the standard
because that's what lower decks have.
I would say 2 Bajorans, a Starfleet alien of your choice, human if you want to be racist, and then 4th wild card Ferengi or whatever else you want.
Okay, so I like the idea. We talked a bit about this. I like the idea that maybe it's a Dabo girl or, like you said,
someone has to be someone who works at Quarks.
Yeah.
So it could be like a Ferengi who's like a holotech, and
actually, I actually really like. Sorry. I really like the idea of it's a Ferengi waiter trying to save money on rent by picking the cheapest possible place.
He was there first.
He was.
So he's technically not an officer, but he was there first. They moved in with him.
Dibs.
He was squatting. He was squatting on
lower
the deck.
pylon C is the place to be.
That's what they say. Place.
Okay, so we have a Ferengi waiter. We have a Bajoran security officer, and whatever ensign correlation that is. In the militia.
Do we want to mix it up instead of being human? I mean, it could be human, but like bullying. We got got the whole.
Sure. Yeah. No. Give it a. Yeah.
Andorian, I know you love them.
Who are the most friendly people? Is it a no? Like let's say it's a Ryzen receiving officer, somebody who is good at
hospitality.
People skills, hospitality.
That's one of the things I
Protocol
felt
officer.
DS9 didn't have is they should have had like embassies everywhere. Like this should have been where people like the Klingons have an embassy wing. Like they should have had that. Like. I mean, they just took over the station, but
and I think that could probably be a plot line for them because I would argue originally there was
our original quarters got changed into the embassy wing, and we got moved down here
because when they were first assigned to Deep Space Nine, it was in orbit around Bajor.
Yeah. And look at all this space.
Yeah, nobody wants to come here.
It was a nice, quiet posting. We're going to help the Bajorans. Wait, we're moving the station?
It is now the most strategically important place in all the Alpha Quadrant. Yeah, you're getting moved. Junior officer quarters is now the Klingon embassy.
I could totally see that happening. That would be hilarious. And they're like, wait, isn't there more space? I mean, the habitat ring is huge. But and they're like, nope, lower pylon C. Sorry, that's
I
where
love
you
that.
gotta go.
Like the Starfleet ensign is almost like C-3PO, but like not only just protocol, but also just like wants things quiet, simple. Hates that there's a war going. Like I just wanted a nice, quiet post. not important to the Starfleet, and now I'm in the middle of the most important war.
So I think
I don't know how to fire a phaser
because
rifle.
DS9, it's the station, and we have some other opportunities besides the standard people. What if we had occasionally in this story we have a Starfleet ensign who's operations engineering, and they are stationed on the Gamma Quadrant side comm array in this little teeny bunk. They're just sitting there hope diminished ship doesn't come blow me up. I just gotta every 30 days he has to push a button or something to keep it going or
Make it sound
something.
like the first season of Lost.
Yeah. And so we just cut to him, and he's just there's a lot of me time. It's a lot of,
He's like, now that the wormhole's discovering, I bet you the Deep Space Nine runabouts will be doing exploring all the time.
yeah.
All the time.
You know what I was thinking would be you could do as a unique story element in Deep Space Nine, either and or both of rival lower decks crews for each lower pylon and the upper pylon.
All three.
Who
That's a lot of groups.
So you start with one, right?
I can have it. It's 3 teams in 2 different leagues.
There you go. Exactly. So you start
Instead of the starboard sharks and the port, you have the
A, B, and C.
It's the dorsal and the ventral.
What do they call them? How do they separate them in the show?
I mean,
so the runabout pads were A,
Upper,
B,
lower.
C, D,
Yeah.
and then it was upper pylon. I think numbers 1, 2, and 3, and then lower pylons 1, 2, and 3, or maybe 4, 5, 6. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess this is L3. This is lower.
But
pylon
I
3.
could see them where the lower decks from the lower decks instead of upper decks. They're like, oh yeah, we're from the pylon C. Well, which pylon?
It's not important.
Lower.
Look,
Yeah,
all
it's not
pylons are important.
Pylon
We
C.
all do the same
They're
job.
numbered. They're numbered, which actually makes it better. They're numbered.
In space, there's
So
some
of
upper and
course,
lower.
1, 2, and 3 is the top. Of course.
So so we're
Lower
dealing
6.
with lower 3.
Yeah,
We are the lower.
Is
I
it
see
1,
what
2,
you're saying.
3 upper and 1, 2,
Yeah.
3 lower?
It is, yes. It's
Okay.
upper pylon 1, 2, and 3, lower pylon 1, 2, and 3. So
We're
then
pylon
you have
1. Yeah, number 1.
like the
Pylon
lieutenant
1.
junior grades are if we're lower 3, they're upper 3, and they're oh, big deal. I'm like, there's no difference. We do the same jobs.
And so let's just say, if we're creating this show, you start with we establish our characters as lower pylon 3, the bottom of the barrel, and then they really hate lower pylon 2. They hate them, and that's it. You just establish those two, and then you expand later
look
on.
at me. I got a
But I like how
Ferengi
you were
marauder.
saying you could see. You could they're close enough that you could kind of make out who's in the other window. They're like, man, if it wasn't a 20-minute turbolift ride, I'd come over there and kick your butt because you have to go all the way up, all the way around, all the way back down.
It's like, look at them. They're so smug. Like, actually, I think that's just a shadow from the person over there. No, I could tell. They're always glaring at us.
And okay. And
then,
what's even
the camera
funnier-
zooms to a fern plant standing in front of the window, having a shadow.
There's a balloon.
They're always looking at us.
It looks like
they think wait, that guy's always on duty. He's always there. It's just a fern. And I think it'd be funny if they all don't sleep really well because you have the reactor that's up there. So imagine, in
This is
TV
just
shows
warmer.
where,
It's all
no,
red
I'm
light.
just thinking, it's like a
Oh, the
red
red
light
light.
in your window all the time. Like if you're in a hotel room where there's a bright neon sign, you're just like, oh, well, this is pleasant to try to sleep.
They're like, it doesn't go off in the evening shift.
No,
doesn't
sir.
go
If
off.
it turned
It's
off, that
hours.
is literally the reactor powering the station.
It's not even the cool, calm, engine light of Starship. It's just always on.
Always on, bright red. So it's just, or maybe they finally go down to their room. They're like, "Why are these curtains there?" Oh, you'll see. And they
Blackout
open it.
curtains?
It's just nothing but red permeating into the room. Like
And then one person left the curtain. They have a sunburn on half their face.
Oh yeah. I was thinking the fourth person should be an engineer, right? You need because
Makes sense.
this is a place that could be
he's constantly
very,
fixing things.
yeah, no. So I don't know what.
His gag is that he somehow gamed the system, so he's always assigned to maintenance in Pylon 3 lower. So he never goes anywhere. He's always fixing the same thing. He's like, and it's like, how do you always get assigned here? Oh, see, watch, I fix it and then break it, and then fix it, and then break it. And you know what?
I can see they're Bajoran, and they can just blame it on Cardassian technology. Chief, you know how it is with Cardassian construction.
It's the character from that one Voyager episode where Janeway goes to the bottom of the ship, and there's the that guy who just I'm just this is where I am. This is where I belong. This is where I need to be. That's that character.
It's like literally a window is in the bottom of the floor because it looks out the ship. Like it can't get more lower than that.
This is just where I want to be. This is that's fine. That's cool. And you know what? He actually, let's just say that maybe like he was there since it orbited Bajor, and you could see Bajor the best from the bottom.
You could see Mount, whatever.
This is gonna be great, and then all of a sudden it's like, why is the planet moving away?
Where is the planet going?
I can just see like he was asleep during that mission. He's like, oh, perfect view. All right,
good morning, DS9. Good morning, Major. What? What? It's like Captain. He's like Ensign so and so to Captain. Where? No, he's going straight to the cap.
There's no Captain.
Sorry. Commander. Where'd the planet go? Don't ever call me on this channel, Ensign.
I would love it to be a comedy of errors situation where like he's in training on Bajor. He's like literally just an engineer in training. He ends up on the station for like a 5-minute tour.
Temporary assignment. Yeah.
And they're like, oh, let me show you the bottom thing where you can see Bajor. It's beautiful. And then he falls asleep, and the other guy leaves, and he wakes up, and he's like, where did the planet go? What is happening? Like, oh, man, that'd be fun.
I think it would also be funny if other lower decks, like there's in Lower Decks, the animated show, we see, like, a lot of the command division walking around together. Like they're still ensigns or even lieutenants, but we see a bunch of ensign tactical, and they all work on the defense sails that stick out of the habitat ring. And so like, they're really proud of, that being, they're like, hey, we defend the station, and all you do is dock, just they're like, it's literally a station. Docking is kind of important, but
yeah, that's the main function here, people.
Those Andorian freighters pay your salary.
And of course, you could have any of these weird species that come through in any of the Deep Space Nine episodes. You could even do like a mini episode of like, how did we first meet them, and like what was that experience like?
What was that first alien? Toth? What was his name?
Oh, Tosk? Is that what you're talking
Tosk? Like, I can see, like, that they're having a meal, and Tosk is just, like, crouched above them the whole time. They're like, are we gonna... No, just ignore them.
Just let them
I think also, like, the Wadi on their, tour of the station, like, they really like the lower pylons. Like, they don't want to leave. Like, that's where they dock. Like, they're flying in, and you can see the ensign in, like... Because that would have been cool to see. We never saw, like, a air traffic control kind of room. Like, I know you have ops, but like there should have been one person that's constantly on approach and like navigating all of that. So they're like, okay, what, we're going to go into upper pilot. No, upper pilot. Where are you going? Why? Okay. Now fine. Lower pilot 3. Sure. Whatever. I mean, if you don't want to listen, I guess I'll release the docking clamp. Sure. Okay, fine.
I would just love it that, like, so instead of like Beverly, with the blue jacket, they have the high vis vest. Like
high vis vest.
Over their Starfleet uniform. Like, that's their...
Oh, man. There's a lot of story potential, I think, here for Deep Space Nine.
Well, and I also would love, like, whenever, whether 1 or 2 or however many are, like, trying to get promoted, none of them can figure out the chain of command, because it's like, well, I'm Bajoran, so I'm supposed to liaise with Major Kira. But Commander Sisko's in charge. Who's in charge of promotion? Like, no straight answer. Like, but she's the first officer, right? Well, but or like the Starfleet. Do I talk to her? Do I go up to Commander Sisko? I don't.
Wait a minute. And Odo's not even Bajoran. What the heck is going on here? But he's wearing a Bajoran uniform.
Constable's not a rank, people.
Ah, man.
They're like, I want to talk to Sisko, but he's kind of like my Jesus, so I don't really want
I can
to do
pray, but I don't think I can ask.
Yeah.
So, like, do I go to the temple? To,
or do I
for a
click my
promotion?
comm badge? For prayer.
Captain. Yeah, I would like. I would like you to cure my mom from cancer, but I would also like a promotion.
Oh,
so
which one? Which one do I ask for? Which one do I ask for?
I would also like how, because again, they're being stationed in a docking platform makes total sense, because then we can just make all of the pertinent to the episode events happen at that location. So they're, of course, that's where they transport the orb of time. Of course, it's coming through docking port lower 3, because why would it go anywhere else?
Oh man! And what if the numbers were performance based? So like that was the big goal. Like, oh, we can get to dock. We get a lower pylon number 1.
Or they're not, but they all feel it is. They're like somehow 2 feels they're more better than 3, but they're like, no, guys.
Like 1 always gets the Vulcans and 3 always gets the Packleds or something like that.
Even better. So one day, one of the crewmen discovers, wait a minute. So they numbered this 1, 2, 3 because when they came in, they translated the Cardassian to 1, 2, but they made an error. This is actually Pylon 2, not Pylon 3. And then at the end, Starfleet's just like, okay, we'll just do ABC. You're C. And they're like, no.
Oh man.
All right, so what do we? Anything else? Anything else that we can think of?
Is there anything for the Defiant we need? I mean, we haven't talked about that at all. But would there be?
Well, now I'm picturing like the poor person over in Gamma, subspace station Gamma.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh man, we haven't had a runabout come in like 4 months, and they're like, oh, didn't you hear? Yeah, no, DS9 has a starship now. What? Awesome. So they're going to be exploring all the time. Oh, well, I mean. So, like, the kind of starship, I guess we should have explained. It's
no,
it's kind of a warship.
Even better, because I think the one episode in my mind that is just focusing on that one crewman, it's just snapshots of certain episodes and, like, his reaction. And he's, like, just reading the communiques from Starfleet, and he's like, so when you say mind... you're gonna come get me, right? Because
I've shore leave coming up, and,
guys. There's a huge fleet of Dominion. Like it's really
right
big, guy. They're coming right for you, guys. So when you say mind, it's like, what's a self-replicating mind? Because.
You're like, oh well. Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing this new starship. Oh, it's going to be cloaked when it comes through.
Oh, great! Okay, so it's going to open, and nothing, from my view, is going to come out.
How do you dock a cloaked ship? I don't know, man. This is not. There's no procedures for this. There's no way to dock a cloaked ship. Oh, that's a good one.
So I should assume every time the wormhole opens and I don't see anything,
it's just the Defiant.
That doesn't mean anything wacky's happening.
Wait, so the Dominion also has cloaked ships, or no? Do they? No, they don't.
Yeah, they do. They do. They can cloak their ships.
No, or someone can. I don't remember.
I don't know.
I have to watch.
But just like remember when the wormhole was acting up and like opening every 10 seconds?
That's
like,
what I
how many Defiants are coming through?
Yeah, yeah. I thought they did because there were times where like another convoy, like they see it open, but they don't see any ships. They just assume that they're there. I don't know.
So you're saying the Jem'Hadar personally can cloak?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Cool. So they can come through the big
looks around
door.
the room.
Yeah. So when I
through
saw
shields, so shields don't matter.
So yeah, dear journal. Yesterday, I saw the wormhole open and nothing came through. So I just assumed it was a Defiant, and then something docked with us. I also assumed it was the Defiant. Now I think there's a Jem'Hadar in my closet, and I can't.
Then the door opened, and we just stood there. Yeah. Oh man,
there's a Jem'Hadar in my closet.
There's a Jem'Hadar. Yeah, no, I think that would be
always assume there's a Jem'Hadar in the room.
I'm also picturing always be vigilant. I'm also
so anyway, guys.
Upper Pylon 1 is always rubbing their noses that it gets the Enterprise, because that's always where the Enterprise docks. Is Upper Pylon 1.
Put a plaque up. There's a plaque up. The Enterprise docked here on Stardate.
Only 2 weeks since the Enterprise has last docked. The flagship has last docked here. Yeah, that'd be funny.
See, this is kind of sad, but like, for a change of pace, the Odyssey docks down there, and they're like, but all Galaxy class dock up at the top. It's bad luck to not dock at Upper Pylon 1.
What's the worst that could happen?
What's the worst that could happen?
Hey guys, look out the door. Let's go wave at him. Oh,
yeah, there goes the Odyssey. Oh, what do you mean they were destroyed by a Jemadar in the?
They think their luck is finally turning around.
Yeah.
They're like, oh my god, we got assigned a
Galaxy class are now start talking with us, and then they're like, so new directive for luck reasons, no Galaxy classes will ever be allowed to dock with lower pylons. Wait, okay, so what would happen to these? Would they stay during the Klingon occupation, or the Cardassian, where the Cardassians
Dominion.
come back? Yeah, the Dominion.
I think yes. The answer is yes.
Yes, they hide.
Because there's only one Starfleet, so like that person either puts on a Bajoran uniform, like they go undercover, or you know what? They also pretend to be a journalist. I don't know, like they do some weird undercover.
No, but the funniest is the Ferengi waiter who has stuffed himself into a Bajoran uniform, and they're like, you don't look Bajoran. He's like, have you seen the ridges on this nose?
He has like 4 earrings. You know,
your pie is strong or whatever, man.
His earring
I don't know.
comes down mid chest. It's so massive, and it's just
Check
all
earrings.
latinum.
Yeah.
I love the idea that he just. It is the same good character. He just puts on a Bajoran uniform, and they don't care enough to check the people at the bar. Whatever.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're like, wait, are you Bajoran? Look at the nose ridges and the earring. Oh, obviously. Okay. Yoon's like this. Sure. Okay.
Inappropriately tight uniform. You're Bajoran.
Now, would they be active? What's the word? Would they be protesting the occupation of the station, or would they just be keeping with business as usual?
I feel like they because like we've learned from recent Lower Decks, like they can never have the main story.
Yeah,
right.
They can maybe they pretend they can do, but they don't.
Maybe they do an elaborate trap in Lower Pylon 3, but nobody ever goes down to Lower Pylon 3, so they never spring it.
Because I'm thinking with the Dominion occupation, and you'll have to it's not like it's doing the business that Starfleet was doing. Like, who's docking other than like troops?
Well, at that point, it would.
But there would be. Mind?
Yeah.
So they got Cardassian ships, so they have to deal with Cardassian freighters, or then there's gonna be the one episode with the Breen, where I don't know.
It would be actually funny if, like, during the occupation, because it's Cardassian ships with the Cardassian station, it's all automated and it worked perfectly. So nobody has to actually be there to do any active work, and they just get they're just kind of hanging out down there or whatever, like planning to take back the station, or maybe not. But you would, oh my God, this is working perfectly. We're not running into any of the same problems that we normally do.
Is it bad that things work better under the Dominion?
Because
I'm just saying the trains run on time.
The Cardassians came back, they plugged in their USB stick and reset the computer back to factory default, and everything works.
Yeah.
Everything. I mean, if you can understand Cardassian, but I'm trying to think of that episode where when I think it's the Defiant, or maybe it's a Runabout, I can never remember, comes back and one of the
they're about the same size.
So one of the pylons was destroyed, or was broken off and been bombed. That was an upper one, wasn't it?
Yep, it was. I'm on that episode. Okay. It was
Omaki?
Yeah, that was the one where Eddington betrays Cisco. So and it literally breaks off. The pylon is off the station. So
and they're like, it's terrible.
No,
so sad. Thoughts and prayers.
I guess we'll have to divert more of the traffic.
I guess we'll have to divert the Galaxy classes down here now for a while until we can a little lax in security up there on Upper Pylon.
Oh man, maybe if they had some better procedures or whatever, maybe this wouldn't happen.
Wherever they're their rec room, which is not going to be anything big, it should just be filled and just never commented on. It should just be filled with Quark's illegal goods that he just leaves down there.
It's his storeroom.
Yeah,
they carved out
Stuff he hasn't
5
taken up to
cubic
Odo
meters behind one of the the wall of packages, like all hexagonally
artifacts.
stacked
Yeah.
stem bolts and stuff.
I just love the idea that like the bottom, so not the bottom actual docking level, but the next 3 or 4 levels are all very small squares with the middle hollowed out, and you can easily just, depending on the scene or how we're doing it, I guess, you could easily just have, this is the bunking deck, or this is the mess deck, this is the exercise deck, like, and you just move this.
Yeah,
it's so modular.
it's a room. It's a room. It's a room with access to the turbo lift or whatever they call it.
Well, I was reading in one of the cross sections, and it looks like, like there was ore processing that was also done in the lower parts of the pylons. You had tunnels because you had to transfer the ore up to the docking.
I wonder, that's how they that's how they get around. It's just like on like the belts that would normally be for the ore. That's just how they. It's like a series of dumb waiters.
Yeah.
All right.
Now I need to see the show now, guys. It's got to happen.
Oh, actually, this scenario during that Ducat.
Trip. The workers. Yeah.
Yes, the workers.
Attention,
unite.
Bajoran workers.
When did he have time to film these?
We have noticed you are squatting in the lower pylon 3. Nicotine gas will be released if you do not surrender to your Cardassian masters in 3 seconds.
That'd be a great episode too. So, anyways, lots of
lower pylons coming soon.
Yes,
Yeah.
lower pylons.
Lower pylons.
We were going to cover a little bit broader of a range here, but this turned out to be a lot of fun. Any closing thoughts? Anything else that we want to touch on before we?
Then I like at the end of the episode, and then it's like, man, this has to be no one else has to work lower pylon jobs like what I do, and then the camera pans to Impak Nor, and then this tilted lower pylon. Oh, actually, I guess the tilted one would be the lowest one that's angled now.
Ooh, that would of course be lower pylon 3. So.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking with Impak Nor. If it's rotating, they're like, okay, ready, and we're now upper pylon 3. Yay!
Weekend,
Yeah. Or it's just mirror universe of all of our characters. Everybody has a goatee, and that's it. So, but they still hate their job, and it's miserable. Anyway, I think lower pylons is a great idea for the next Lower Deck show.
Or just a single visit to DS9 crossover episode. Let's just make it happen.
Even the more fun part is you can even go past DS9 and just never mention whatever happened to Captain Sisk. I don't know. Who's even in charge now? Is it Colonel Kira? We just have to do our
Didn't she
job.
join Starfleet? Can she be the liaison if she's in Starfleet? I don't even know how that works. Nobody tells me anything.
All right, Philip.
You know the technician I used to work with on Gamma Shift, that Ferengi? Oh, yeah. He's the Grand Nagus now.
What? No, that can't be right. You're
fooling me. I know. No, here's a picture.
So wait a minute. Let me get this straight. The captain became a space god.
That guy from engineering is the Nagus of the Ferengi people. And Major Kira joined Starfleet and put a uniform on.
Wait, Odo joined the Dominion? I don't understand what you're telling me.
Odo also joined the evil empire and pacified them. Oh, okay. So everybody is some sort of a god character or whatever,
Oh, well. You'll never get O'Brien off this. Where's he going?
All right, Darren, if people want to find out if you're an upper pylon or a lower pylon kind of guy, how would they get a hold of you?
Docking ring all the way in the middle. They can go to drsci-fi.com, DRSCIFI.
And Philip, if you prefer your docking ring angled or straight, how would they get a hold of your preference?
I just like to think that there's the not black market, but the not as great promenade that they go to. There's two balls.
The lower
they go to the other promenade.
It's like the dark web. It's like don't ask questions.
Yeah,
you got the stuff.
The outlet promenade is where they are.
Oh,
They
they don't
can
have an
find-
anchor chain of
No.
quarks to bring
No.
to bring.
There's
the
no
visitors
quarks.
we
There's
need.
no
They do
quirks
have
there.
they do have a farmers market from the Bajorans that come every Friday. They can find me at NC Public Servant on Twitter.
And if people want to get hold of me, they can find me on Twitter at OneUpDan. That is the number one, not the word, as in Docking Pylon 1 is the best. So, yeah, that was fun. That's it for this week. You can catch us all next week here on SETI Alpha 3. I'm Daniel Prue.
I'm Philip Gilfus.
And I'm Darren Moser.
Stranded here on Lower Pylon 3.
Come!